Hello, and welcome to another exciting evening of the 5 Alpha Overwatch League. I am your co-host, Deck Monster, here with the real JLP,
Hey, I'm back, everybody. What's up?
and tonight we're venturing into week 5 of the season of season 3. In tonight's matchup, we will have Ex Machina and Poultry Pastry. Two
Yeah,
teams
as
that
a quick reminder up at the top, if you are wanting to catch up on all of our backlog, we are in week 5, as you said. So weeks 1, 3, and 4 are on our YouTube page, which you can find there, or you can check out our VODs here on Twitch.
absolutely lots of exciting action from just about every team involved. Every team has been playing really well this season, but tonight we have two outstanding teams that are both 3-1 on the season so far. The only difference between them is one map win advantage for Poultry Pastry.
Yeah, this should be a pretty big matchup. I'm seeing a lot of names on both sides that have been known to be doing some damage here. Obviously, the Ex Machina team with Lunchbox DJ, Brodo, Swaggins, still that is a monster combo that never failed to deliver last season, and I would not expect it to be any different this season. But don't count the Poultry Pastries out yet. Ejinx, Metro, Falco, and everybody's favorite Sushi Foof, along with Crazy Chocobo and Beppy, who are pretty good DPS players. They are a team to definitely watch out for. Crazy Chocobo actually playing the Orisa this game, although I believe he plays mostly Pharah, if I remember correctly. I do not remember correctly. He is a tank main for sure, so forget what I just said.
I'm excited to see some really high-end tank play, especially from Cardas and Crazy Chocobo.
Yeah, absolutely. Metro Falco 2 was a pretty big time tank in season 1. I played against him quite a few times and casted him quite a few times as well. Always very impressive with those shields. And I think that we shouldn't necessarily count out Tuba Mike Bob either, who was definitely getting some hammer swings in the last time I played against him. Did not reach that level of elite play like some of our more elite tanks in the league. But is definitely able to hold his own on the front line. They're being supported the Ex Machina team by Brodo Swaggins on the Ana and Bad Swamp Daddy on his signature Lucio. We have Migs and Shushi Foof supporting on the attacking side as Lucio and Moira. So here we go with this game 1 of week 5. Some
Ex
Junkrat
Machina,
spam coming in from the one side. Ejinx looking to get a couple of picks early. Not seemingly unable to find an angle as Beppy onto Tracer tries to sort of flank around. Doesn't end up getting anything. Look for a dive right in here. Yep, Metro Falco coming in on top of Bad Swamp Daddy and Jackal gets booped off, but Crazy Chocobo there for the follow-up. And Ejinx is able to actually get an angle now. The Poultry Pastry team very well, playing very well around the natural barrier of the Big Earl sign on top of the gas station. Really taking some of the pressure off Tuba Mike Bob and Cardus.
that would be Ex Machina, rather, I think. Ex Machina is
Yes.
defending.
Sorry.
But
Correct.
Lunchbox TG had some good kills at the end. It really finished off the offensive push, and here they go right in. Metro Falco diving right on top of the diner, the gas station, excuse me.
Yep, and he's stuck behind all 4 of the Ex Machina players that were on the roof turned around to get him. It looks like they're regrouping toward the backside of the gas station there. Lunchbox DJ trying to take Beppy out one-on-one, succeeds in doing so, but Bad Swamp Daddy with a boop on Ejinx. Not something that you see very often, the Lucio Widow counter. Big Rip Tire coming out from Lunchbox DJ. Looks like he's trying to get the both supports there, but they split very nicely. And he's just going
chasing
to
after
settle
someone.
for, oh, nothing. What a fade from Shushi Foof.
He does take out the Diva mech. So
Yeah, demacking the Diva is big here. I'm guessing the Diva was probably close to ultimate. I wasn't paying any attention, but I'd guess she has a bomb pretty soon here.
Not a total waste of tire. Beppy looks to be flanking around.
Yep, he's got that pulse bomb. You know he's going to try to land it on the back of Tuba Mike Bob and get those people in the back line. Oh, misses his stick. That feels bad, man. But Tracer gets her stuff right back, and sure enough, Crazy Chocobo certainly has that Diva Bomb ready to go to contest this point. They're probably trying to get Tuba Mike Bob down first.
And here it comes. The self-destruct.
Self-destruct doesn't do anything. Takes Cardus out of his Diva mech, but that fight was won long before that bomb went off. And we've got 4 picks coming out of Poultry Pastries to end this little team fight. Quite a good little push. Lots of good small engagements from both teams. I think they were both playing very conservatively, taking their lines when they could get them, but not, overextending or anything like that. Real good Overwatch watching.
I agree. Definitely smart play from both teams, and I think that'll be the trademark for both of them tonight.
Ejinx has swapped off of Widowmaker to play some Pharah. I'm sure that she is going to have some struggles against Brodos Wagons, who is a very excellent Ana player, and Cardus is Diva. Diva's always a tough job for Pharahs to deal with. But Ejinx has free reign over in the back line right now. Lunchbox DJ trying his best to put a couple of shots in. Not really getting there. And he goes down.
He takes out his hard
Huge
counter
opening picks.
and his soft counter as well.
Absolutely. And then a big bomb coming in from Cardus, which doesn't end up getting anybody. Sad face. Metro Falco is just zoning people off the point into that small room now. Bad Swamp Daddy doing his best to stay near the point, stay alive, contest. That is a big sound barrier. Unfortunately, he's the only one protected by it as Cardus's mech went into the garbage.
Numbers definitely in favor of Poultry Pastry here.
Yeah, absolutely. And another dive in the back by Metro Falco, having a little trouble getting in the back. The DPS in the back line with a Moira plus that Reaper back there is really tough to get in, but certainly putting in work on Tuba Mike Bob when he's separated. Pretty fat hammer, but was not alive long enough to capitalize on it. And this point is through the second point now. Really good coordinated attacking from the Poultry Pastries. And as we've seen time and time again in this league, teamwork tends to be what separates the winning team from the losing team, which sounds like it's axiomatic, but we talk a lot about these standout players, people like Underused Anu and Lunchbox DJ and Brodos Wagons and Ejinx and these real standout great players. But at the end of the day, teamwork's what makes the dream work,
And that second point always being hard to defend, especially if you don't have time to get set up properly. Ejinx has switched to McCree in the meantime. Has built up an ult.
Jackal trying his best to stem the tide here, but only ends up getting Migs, which is a big enough pick as it was. He was the only support on the point, I think. And they're putting pressure on the Poultry Pastries to stay back in that big doorway.
First real defensive stop we've seen in a hot minute for them.
Yeah, basically from that first mega move around the gas station, it's been a nonstop point progress ride.
Not a crazy amount of time though for.
No, it's just slow and steady. They've been going
minutes.
slow and steady. So there's plenty of time for them to get going, but there is not infinite time for them to charge up all their ultimates, win the team fight, and then hold off the next team fight. I'm getting a no audio from Twitch chat.
So hopefully we will get that
game
resolved.
audio.
No game audio or no?
There's no game audio. There's on that Brigida. Oh, and another big hammer down from Tuba Mike Bob. A big follow-up. Yeah, big follow-up from Cardus and Bad Swamp Daddy and Jackal.
Hello.
Huge capitalization on that very fat Earth Shatter. As a guy who plays a lot of Reinhardt in this league, there's nothing better than getting a big old Earth Shatter and then getting kills off of it.
30 seconds.
That will really send the Poultry Pastry scrambling for time there. They got less than 30 seconds.
Thank
And
you.
Our audio is fixed. Shout out to our cameraman Yak Attack. Always on top of things when things go wrong. Things tend to go wrong in this league.
A big rally from Lunchbox DJ allows the Ex Machina team to survive a very aggressive and powerful push from the Poultry Pastry team. Crazy Chocobo with that big fat Earth Shatter, unable to capitalize on it for kills, but at this point a little bit of time is going to go a long way as the rest of the team tries to come up and contest. Migs with dropping that sound barrier, Beppy trying his best to get some kills onto these supports, but Bad Swamp Daddy is not to be reckoned with. Tuba Mike Bob with a very rare charge kill on a Tracer, and that is the end of the match. 47.38 meters past the second point. We've got quite a ways to go to the end. Very easy to counter it.
An outstanding
Confirmation from the Twitch chat that the audio is back. Awesome.
Thanks for letting us know that that was an issue. We are always hoping to make this broadcast a great experience for everyone.
As I always say, hashtag professional.
But still, an excellent defensive effort from Ex Machina at the end.
What were some of the things that you noticed from Ex Machina on the defensive? Because I felt like that push was just like slow and steady, and they just kind of were an unstoppable death ball. The Poultry Pastries were right up until the very end. What do you think changed, or did anything change? Was it just a matter of time?
I think the landscape of that particular choke, it's very narrow, and they switched to some compositions that definitely benefit more from a smaller area of play, like Reaper.
Yeah,
They
Reaper, and I
switched
think
to
the
Reaper just a
Brigida
bit earlier, but everything was still a little bit too open and widely spaced.
Yeah,
Also,
I think.
right at the end, Crazy Chocobo had a big hammer that knocked down two.
Yep. Yeah, that big hammer could have been the game-turning thing, but they just weren't able to capitalize on it. That was a huge and very opportune hammer.
Well, Bad Swamp Daddy, I think it was, playing his Moira, he had his coalescence going, and he just pointed it right at everyone. And that will definitely prevent people from dying in that kind of situation.
The Moira was actually the pushing team Moira, the Poultry Pastry Moira. They had a Brigida and a Lucio at the end there, I think.
I
But
might
still,
have been mistaken.
there was a lot of stuff going on for sure. That Rhine.
On the attack.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see what's out of them. Tuba Mike Bob on his signature, Reinhardt, Cardus on Diva. Launchbox DJ choosing to stick on the Brigida, and a pretty quick and aggressive push from Launchbox DJ trying to take out Beppy's Junkrat right away. That Junkrat is going to present some problems to the tank lineup here. I'm counting Brigida as a tank. As she's playing sort of an off-tank, half-support role. Their only true damage dealer right now is Jackal on that Reaper. And he's getting in there trying to take out Metro Falco, but unable to do so. Crazy Chocobo wins the Reinhardt fight against Tuba Mike Bob. But Lunchbox DJ and Jackal come in there to take out McCree and Reinhardt, which is a pretty big double pick on this attack. Going after Shushifu from Metro Falco now, but this is basically just to clean up. Shushifu fades away and goes down. Brodos Wagons with a final biotic grenade onto Beppy's Junkrat, and that is going to be a pretty big stagger as they're going into this fight with a 6v5, make that or a 6v4, make that a 5v4. Big hammer down from Crazy Chocobo gets nowhere as he gets taken down immediately. Beppy gets Bad Swamp Daddy with his Riptire, and that is going to be a pretty big pick If they don't end up winning this, they're going to hold it for quite a while. Shushifu swapping off Moira to play some Brigitte, a hero that I think we're going to see more and more of as time goes on in this league. We haven't gotten to the point where we're playing her at her most broken, so that's going to happen at some point.
Ejinx had a very nice Deadeye there that got 2.
Huge Deadeye. There were huge picks that whole last 10 seconds or so. But yeah, that Deadeye definitely was big, for sure. Sees. Tuba Mike Bob looks like he's going to be the first to get to Earth Shatter. It will be interesting to see if they can burn this Rhine Shield down and get it done. Both teams sort of just jockeying for position here. Mig's way out of position. Oh, and he goes down to Lunchbox DJ, and a big rally from Lunchbox DJ. They're coming in on this engagement. Crazy Chocobo charges at Tuba Mike Bob, gets antied, but doesn't matter, swings his hammer just the same. And it's just Cardus and Protoswaggins near the point now. Lunchbox DJ in the back, successfully dueling Metro Falco Zarya, and all of a sudden it's a 3v4. Crazy Chocobo and Shushifu for both anti-nated, which is a pretty big ability when you've got such good healing, such good AoE healing from Lucio plus Brigitte.
Just Mix trying to hold on to the point here. He uses his ult.
Yeah, I don't think it would have sound barriered there. The time that you get is not really worth it to mount this fight. They have
dangerous.
Quite a bit of space left. But what do I know, I guess. They held it long enough to come in for trying for this full hold. But I wouldn't count on it lasting too long. There's a Diva Bomb, a Rally, and a Earth Shatter coming in from the Ex Machina side. Oh, but Protoswaggins goes down. Huge stagger on their main healer. Huge stagger. Rallies up the bomb. DJ, Diva Bomb, gets Ejinx and Crazy Chocobo somehow. I didn't even see Crazy Chocobo up there. But with Crazy Chocobo down, we're going to watch this big old Earth Shatter from Tuba Mike Bob. Ready and go. Oh, not using it. Interesting choice. I would have taken that Zarya down and won this team fight right here, but I guess they decided they didn't need it.
Once again, just Mix on point.
Crazy Chocobo is finally back.
He stalled just long enough for teammates to get there. Not enough.
Nope, and we've got another 2.5 minutes.
A strange and drawn-out fight there.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought with those opening couple picks by Cardus' Diva Bomb that fight was going to be over in an instant, but it certainly took a lot longer than I expected. Smart no Earth Shatter from Tuba Mike Bob there. It was fat. I would have done it, and I would have been wrong.
Well, hindsight is always 20/20, but
yeah, you're right.
Having 20/20 foresight is always better.
True. Ejinx taking a little flanking angle on the Ex Machina here.
Crazy Chocobo tries to get his hammer down. He is still before he can get it off.
Yeah, that's always tough. As a Reinhardt mate who's had my hammer interrupted many times, it never feels good.
Both Brigitte is using their ultimates as well. Shushifu is heal blocked though. He will go down. He's a victim of a angry ghost man.
Yeah, anti-nade is huge against Brigitte. All of her staying power, all of her aggression is predicated on that slow, steady self-heal. And to anti-nade and take that away from her is a huge deal.
Super Mike Bob still hanging on to that shatter.
60 seconds.
That's a grab coming in and getting few people, but the Rhine Shield saving everyone's life. Under a minute left here for Ex Machina to the next point. They're fairly close, and they're getting kills to push forward with it. Nick and the Falco alive on point. Right stall.
Metro doing an excellent job of just avoiding fire. Somehow got booped up onto the high ground too through all of that. Crazy Chocobo and Ejinx in there.
Ejinx has switched to Reaper.
Ejinx now down. Big stagger. Shushifoof was looking like he wanted to contest, but decided against it. Peppy getting a little bit of ultimate charge and maybe a frag or two, but deciding to retreat back to safety of his team.
Oh, he doesn't go far because
No.
he's a lot of bad guys, and they don't take him down.
Oh, what a crazy grenade from Brotoswaggins. Amazing plays. But that's why he's as high as he is on the ladder, you know.
I have your back.
Rally out of Shushifoof again. I feel like we just saw it, but it's back up. Answered with a sound barrier from Bad Swamp Daddy and an Earth Shatter Diva Bomb combo. Now we see why he was holding that Earth Shatter for so long. What a huge play, but now he is stuck in a Junkrat trap, and it's just Cardus and Jackal on the point. Oh, Broto Swaggins and Lunchbox DJ came back in. Swaggins is down. Shushifoof is down to Jackal. Ejinx is still up.
Fire from that
Ooh, huge Death Blossom, but doesn't end up getting there. Bad Swamp Daddy on his way back in. No ults on either team's side. Shushifoof is the closest to a rally on the defending team.
30 seconds.
Just
That's,
30 seconds left.
Yep, we've got a Moira swap from Proto Swaggins, who's playing the Ana, is now playing the Moira. Must be assuming that the AoE heals are going to be more valuable. Probably a good assumption here.
As well as the really fast ult. 10
Yep.
seconds and he's shattered coming in.
He's getting focused by... Yep, and that Reaper did a great job of keeping them focused off the point. At least one of the primary healers and the primary off-tank. And Baby Diva is the only one on the point right now. Bad Swamp Daddy makes it in just in time. Lunchbox DJ coming in, but not able to get very far. Broto Swaggins down. Tuba Mike Bob with a big charge avoids Ejinx's Death Blossom for the time being, but not for very long. Bad Swamp Daddy's stalling as long as humanly possible. But doesn't end up getting there, and that looks like one map for the Poultry Pastries. What a game. What a game.
What a game. That was decided by less than 7 meters. Very close.
I would say that game was decided by the Diva Bomb Earth Shatter combo out of Tuba Mike Bob and Cardus. It's not getting play of the game here, and that's totally fine. But that Earth Shatter Diva Bomb combo really had the opportunity to turn it all around, and I think if they would have allowed him to Earth Shatter earlier and build that Shatter back up, they may have been able to actually take it.
I agree.
in
And
that second fight.
Shushifoof, of course, is our chosen because he's a bit of a personality here in this league. Praise his name, our Lord and Savior, Shushifoof, coming in from the in-game chat.
You know, when I saw him in the draft list, I was like, somebody's going to make a big deal out of this. And lo and behold, go back and check actually, I think the draft tape is gone. You should have been able to go back and check the tape. And you would have seen that I called it. Not many things I get right in this world. Meme potential is often one of them.
Memes, of course, being one of the great things about this league. I love that we have our own little memes here about Shushifoof and GoKK and a handful of other people. I remember last week for Ex Machina's game, there was being spammed in the chat like a little Dorito emote with the text, "Spam this chip to make GoKK slip."
All right.
I thought that was hilarious.
Jacobs472 says, I thought today's game was supposed to be Weeb Nonsense versus Ocean's 11. If you are watching this stream and also confused, there is an updated schedule in the PMAOWL Overwatch League Facebook group. So if you check the file section of the PMAOWL Overwatch League Facebook group, you'll see the updated schedule at the top, which gives the, obviously, updated schedule from here through the end of Stage 1.
The old schedule, I believe, had that particular matchup, but for
Probably.
reasons, that has changed. So we are joined with a different matchup here. but a great matchup nonetheless. In fact, this might be one of the best matchups we've seen all season. I'm looking forward to seeing what will happen on the next map. Our next map will be Ilios. And I'm looking forward to seeing lots of environmental kills from our Lucio players as well as our tanks.
Yeah, Ilios is literally my least favorite map because of all of that. I am terrible at defending against and or creating environmental kills, and so with the focus on environmental kills here in this league, it is very difficult for me to play a reasonable game of Overwatch when I'm off the map all the time.
I would definitely expect to see Lucio and Roadhog on particularly the well and the lighthouse levels. Maybe not necessarily the ruins. We shall see what our teams will pull.
Yeah, we almost always see mirroring Pharah, Orisa, Roadhog, Lucio on Ilios. Almost always both teams have those. Maps today, we just finished off Route 66, and now we're going to Ilios. Steck, do you know what the next one is?
I do not actually. There was a point of confusion among us caster types. We were
Yep.
There was a bit of a struggle getting everything together for tonight, but
don't
We'll
worry,
find out
Lunchbox DJ has it all well in hand. I guess we will find out what our third map is when we get to it. Sorry to have a disappointing answer, Frisk C. I don't.
Fortunately, out of the 16 of us in this game lobby, at least one probably knows what's going on. It's not me, but probably someone. Tuba Mike Bob has taken a seat on the bench in favor of Go KK for Ex Machina.
Yeah, that's a big switch. Go KK is absolutely exceptional. He was out sniping me last week. I was playing Widowmaker on defense on Anubis, and he was playing Genji, and he was headshotting me with shurikens while I was struggling to stand up straight. Truly, pretty dang good DPS player. Gonna make a big difference.
He has proven himself a very worthy tracer as well. Someone that can definitely do a lot of disruption and get a lot of damage in. Very slippery. And we get the ready sign from both of our captains, and we shall load into Ilios.
Now arriving at Ilios.
First Ilios map, we have the Lighthouse.
Ilios is a control map, a King of the Hill style, with 3 different points to capture, and the first team to capture 2 will win the map.
Yep, so after this, we will see at least one more round on this particular set of maps.
Hopefully we'll see all 3, because I love watching these 2 teams go at it.
Yeah, it's been pretty good Overwatch to watch so far. I assume that's not going to change anytime soon. Sure enough, there's a Roadhog Orisa. Oh, we almost had... I don't think we can pause if they need a pause.
We can pause. That would just be up to the...
Yeah, that's why I'm saying we can't do it. Lunchbox DJ had to do it.
Alright, so a bit of a technical difficulty here. We shall hopefully get this resolved shortly.
Bad Swamp Daddy must have DC'd quickly. But he is back. And Tuba Mike Bob is spectating his team. And we should be good to go. We might see Lighthouse now, we might not. That's all good.
Now arriving at Ilios.
We are instead on the well.
Alright, then definitely look to see the Pharah, Roadhog, Orisa, Lucio combo. Well, Jackal's on the Junkrat instead of a Pharah. So Bad Swamp Daddy playing a signature Lucio. Brotoswagon's on an Ana. Not a common pick here, but great to help go KK against the opposing Pharah. Meanwhile, we have Orisa, Roadhog, and Pharah for boops on the Poultry Pastries team. Poultry Pastry, singular.
Poultry
Silly
Pastry
me.
is the blue team, which is on your left. So if we give the two team names to the top of the screen around.
Identify all possible outcomes.
Poultry Pastry is the blue team on the left. Ex Machina is red on the right side of the screen.
Executing pre-combat routines. Optimizing strategy.
So with,
A little
yeah,
bit surprised to see a Reaper here, but Reaper has been known to work pretty well in these closed quarters maps, and there are certainly a lot of little nooks and crannies to get into 1v1s here on this map, so we'll see how that ends up working out.
Yakety Tak, can you switch the team names on the overlay, please? Just so we don't confuse our viewers. Alright, thank
Perfect.
you. Here we go.
Opening picks go to the Ex Machina team with Lunchbox DJ hooking Metro Falco in the Roadhog fight, and Go KK taking down Shushi Foof, Bad Swamp Daddy taking down E-Jinx on the Reaper. Huge picks out of the Ex Machina team. Go KK really putting in the hurt.
He's at 93% on his ult.
Yeah,
He has it now. I
he's
don't
a
think
machine.
I've ever seen it build that fast. It's only 14% on the capture here.
He's an absolute machine. But he ends up going down to E-Jinx. Pretty big deal. One of McCree's main strengths is as a Tracer counter. I love playing him to counter Tracer with that flashbang, fan the hammer combo. Classic.
Metro
The,
Falcon's going right in, trying to get as much damage. He is right clicked by doing the hole. Crazy Chocobo almost pulled in himself. Barely able to get out. Mike Bob in the spectator chat is very Lunchbox DJ was pooped by Pharah into the void.
Peppy, Shushi Foof, and E-Jinx, all three of them trying to take down Go KK, and just not successful at all. Go KK is on fire, both in the game and just in our hearts. He is killing it this game. Absolutely insane plays from Go KK. Picks everywhere.
Ex Machina on the control victory capture here.
Watching your back.
Ex Machina is a team that is very hard to take out once they have looted themselves down. Lunchbox DJ lands a hook on Crazy Chocobo, who was invulnerable, so did not get affected by it. Oh, and Peppy gets slept in the middle of his justice. Feels bad, man. The Orisa halt doesn't quite do that much, and Lunchbox DJ finishes him off with a hook down the well. Shushi Foof unleashing a Transcendence for what appeared to be no reason, but ended up
Trying to stall here.
Yep.
Mix gets right clicked by Orisa into the hole, and here comes the tire from Jackal just to clean up. Might be. Oh, it's just Peppy here on point. He takes a meatball to the face from Roadhog. Lunchbox DJ.
You better get out of the way.
Violent way to go out as a Pharah.
0 to 1.
But outstanding defense there for Ex Machina.
One of the things that having Go KK in the lineup for Ex Machina gives them is the freedom to have 5 people stick together and then just have Go KK go get some kills. Like, he could just like get up and, you know, go do Tracer things, as we like to say to our Tracer player on our team, and that's it. So the other 5 people can stick together and really, you know, hammer out the strong defense behind an Orisa shield. Everybody's stuck close, really taking advantage of, you know, the grenades from Ana and the AoE healing from Lucio, and then just have Go KK sort of moving around. Go KK and Ejinx having a Widow battle, neither really getting, oh, never mind. I was going to say neither really getting an angle on the other. Go KK taking Ejinx down, not a surprise. Again, exceptional DPS player, but Metro Falco does end up taking down Go KK. It's one of the great things about Winston, is he takes down the squishies. Lunchbox DJ also playing a Winston on this map. Both Roadhogs swapped off to Winstons for this game.
And just now, finally, able to capture the point. They stood off to the side for a fair bit, and then it was Ex Machina.
Go KK and Ejinx fighting each other again. Ejinx winning this time. Huge opening pick, takes away a lot of that backline pressure, which is going to let Crazy Chocobo and the rest of their team get in there. Probably not through all that Junkrat spam, but you know, it is what it is.
Crazy Chocobo just kind of sitting there with the choke.
Yeah, that's a tough situation to be in. Ejinx and Go KK are at it again. Who's going to take it down this time?
That'd be good.
Go KK.
That's not that. Interesting item there. That Lucio taking out the tree.
Lunchbox DJ really brawling on this point. Took a charge from Crazy Chocobo to finally take him down. Initiating on Shushiku's Coalescence, an answer from Bad Swamp Daddy in a sound barrier. The snipers are at it again. Go KK does take down Metro Falco, but Ejinx wins this duel. They are 1 for 1 on these. They are 1 and 1 on two. Sorry, specifically they're 2 and 2, but they are even on these sniper battles so far.
Ejinx also was able to take out Jackal. The DPS went down.
Huge boop from Lunchbox DJ, taking down Crazy Chocobo from basically inside the point, all the way off the map. And now Metro Falco with a Primal Rage of his own gets slept, but eventually gets back up. A Deadeye from Beppy takes down Proto Swaggins, and a sound barrier from Migs should just about seal this one up. Diva Bomb coming out, but nice Brine Shield for everybody to hide behind. Cardus is the only one on the point. Jackal's coming back in. Oh, with a big Riptire. Big Riptire. Takes down the barrier tank.
He only gets the one. And
Yep,
with that,
I needed
Poultry Pastry is retaking the point.
Big flip. Big flip from Poultry Pastry.
Can they do the 99-0 comeback? We saw it once last week. I think it might have been Poultry Pastry. Let's see if we can flip this time.
Lunchbox DJ and Bad Swamp Daddy taking a very aggressive line. Jackal takes down Beppy, which is going to allow them to dive in much more quickly.
Coalescence. Shushifu.
Gets Go KK. Can't reflect that.
Genji.
A nano boosted Winston is a scary, scary thing. He takes down Migs. He's going to take down Shishifu. He takes down Metro Falco with help from Bad Swamp Daddy on all of those kills. Real 1-2 punch with the mobile support and mobile tank.
And this is just Beppy here on point. And he will go down. And 1v6 there. Migs trying to dive in. Keep this point alive.
Just enough time for a counter engage. We'll see if they can make anything out of it, but they are at a serious player disadvantage. And Metro Falco without even a bomb to make that charge worth it.
Great sleep dart on Crazy Chocobo. He will get the hammer.
Huge hammer down, but just not enough. That hammer down Deadeye combo would have won that and flipped that very quickly, but it just was not quick enough. And here we see Lunchbox DJ. I think we've got Primal Rage here. Oh no! Nano Winston.
always dangerous to be against the nano boosted Winston, because he does
Yeah.
a lot more damage when he's not ulting, but gets the nano boost.
Yeah, I was gonna say, fun
when
fact,
it is.
kids, if you have not played a lot of Winston with Anna, and you are playing the Winston, if she nanos you, do not pop your Primal Rage. You will be doing so much more damage with your Tesla cannon. Split between multiple targets. It's gonna be a good time for you guys. Alright. And that is 1-1, Poultry Pastry Ex Machina. We are even.
And what is our third map? Do we know?
I guess we're gonna find out. Tuba Mike Bob in for Jackal on the Ex Machina side.
That's their second different sub of the night. It's always great to see how versatile everyone is on their team, because people are subbing in and out and playing different roles. Jackal is usually a DPS player, and Tuba Mike Bob usually plays tank. So it'll be interesting to see how their team comp will adapt, like who will play what.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think we're going to see Tuba Mike Bob on Reinhardt. Reinhardt is good on both sides of this map. He's a tank that I don't love running through the choke, but also there isn't really anybody better for the job. He's just real good. He's got a 2,000 health shield that gets your whole team, at least into that choke where they can fight instead of dying before they even reach that door. I prefer to play more of a dive style on this map, with Winston, D.Va, go up through that left side window, maybe even go all the way around the point if you can. But definitely gonna see this. Definitely gonna be an interesting. Definitely gonna be an interesting game here. Obviously, this is gonna decide the game. Just as a heads up, in case this does become a thing, if this game is a draw, we do have to go to a control map to see who wins the point, as control maps cannot be drawn.
The standard policy here in our league is to do the tiebreaker on Lijiang Tower. I believe we only do one round, although it could be mistaken. I have not looked at the
It could be.
rules in a hot minute.
Check. It's very rare that we would even have to go into that, but that is a possibility. So just as a heads up, we are not making that up if that becomes a thing.
I'd find it. I think it'd be very unlikely on this map for
Yeah.
no one to get at least something on there. If both teams get something.
Yeah.
If the first team gets something, then it's not able to tie. And looks like Poultry Pastry has had a player step out for a hot second.
Yeah, he had to have a system restart, but he's back online.
All right.
So we
Good
should
to
have this
hear
game
that
started
things
pretty
can
quick.
be resolved quickly. And 5U Alpha Overwatch League, we will never be able to prevent problems from happening, but we will always be able to resolve them quickly.
Eh.
Most of the time.
Hashtag professional. Take another moment to remind everybody, if you do not to go ahead and do subscribe to our YouTube channel, Find Me Alpha Overwatch League. We post a weekly recap and predictions video there, done by Van Mundigar, and we have all of our gameplay footage exported to there from Twitch, so you can watch our Season 3 game logs. With the exception of Week 2, there was a change in Broadcast Manager, and the former Broadcast Manager, me, did not appropriately communicate what needed to happen. So Week 2 is missing, and that is on me. But Weeks 1, 3, and 4 are all uploaded and ready to watch. So go ahead and do that.
And also, if you're not already subscribed to us on Twitch,
Make
be
sure
sure
to hit that
to
follow.
hit that follow button on Twitch.
And turn
so
on
that
those
you can get-
notifications. You know you want them.
you will get an email notification as well as a Twitch notification every time this league will go live, which happens about 15
Monday
minutes
through
first,
Thursday, 11 o'clock Eastern time.
and we'll go live. The stream goes live a few minutes before the games begin, the commentary begins. You can just get yourself hyped for great Overwatch matches
Attackers incoming.
between
30 seconds.
fraternity brothers here. Attacking first will be Ex Machina. Poultry Pastry on the defense.
Interesting attack setup from the Ex Machina team. Lunchbox DJ on the Doomfist is a hero that we do not see a lot of, and Attack Zari is also something that we do not see a lot of. Both heroes, I think, can be used to great effect when you're facing down these very stable, tanky type things. First pick.
Something cheeky out there.
Yeah, you can't be doing that against Lunchbox DJ and Go KK. The opening picks from both those DPS players really gonna mess up everybody's day. Go KK takes down Crazy Chocobo. Shushifoof gets down Lunchbox DJ's Doomfist, but not before getting quite a bit of damage put in. Follow up from Roto Swagons. Already a pulse bomb from Go KK, and already 30% to the next one. He does push this team pretty well all by himself, and Beppy gets moved off by Bad Swamp Daddy. Feels bad, man. All 6 Ex Machina players on the point, and they have 7 minutes to take point B.
Defense point.
Oh,
Objective
an
B.
absolute steamroll there, mainly at the hands of Go KK. He was able to dive in behind and
Yeah, I think he got 3 of the 6 picks there. 3, 4?
he's nearly 2/3 of the way to another pulse bomb.
Yeah, he opened basically with a pulse bomb in hand. Ex Machina going up the upper right hand side. Lunchbox DJ's Doomfist chasing down Farah, which is not a 1v1 you see a lot of. Go KK finishing him off. These two DPS players doing a great job of sticking together and focusing down the same targets. Both have a high burst damage potential, so when they work together, there is very little they cannot do, but Lunchbox DJ does indeed go down, and this brawl is basically over. They are going to be pushing this back. Metro Falco trying his best to stagger Cardis here, but Cardis is going to get some help from Bad Swamp Daddy, and now to Mike Bob. And if I were Metro Falco, I wouldn't want that fight either, so he is backed out.
E-Jinx managed to get a kill on the other Tracer. Go KK. The rare happens when he will fall to another Tracer.
Yeah, that is a huge pick that's going to really stall out their push potential, as they won't be getting those crazy picks out of Go KK. Beppy and Metro Falco take down Bad Swamp Daddy. Tuba Mike Bob, Lunchbox DJ getting revenge on Beppy, but still a pretty lopsided fight.
E-Jinx caught in the middle of a bunch of people. He is slapped and taken down.
Metro Falco trying to take down some of those squishies up top, almost gets taken out by E-Jinx by Go KK's pulse bomb, but gets away in time. Does not get stuck. Beppy takes down Go KK with a Riptire. Normally I don't like taking down just a single DPS with a Riptire, but in this case I definitely agree with that choice.
It took a long time to find the target, but I think he found the right one.
Yeah, absolutely. A big slam down from Lunchbox DJ gets Migs and Beppy. E-Jinx comes in to take him out with a bomb. But boy, those two picks are a huge opening, and Cardis is coming in. Go KK's in here as well. Cardis goes down. He is 90% of the way to his grab. I wouldn't be surprised to see a big old Space Jam or a Grav Pulse Bomb here soon. E-Jinx taking down Bad Swamp Daddy and Go KK all at the same time.
Still, almost 4.5 minutes to go for Ex Machina on the attack. Lunchbox DJ dives in to a group of 5 people.
Ex Machina not showing a lot of discipline on the second point. I think they expected a steamroll and are getting a little frustrated that maybe they're not making any progress. I don't really know how. I don't really have any other explanation other than they're just, making misplays because they're tilted, or they don't really, have a game plan for having been delayed this long.
Well, they still have 4 minutes, and I've been in situations like these, and it's always dangerous having. It's almost dangerous to have too much time.
Yeah, if I'm them, I'm probably trying to just charge all my ultimates and use them all at the same time. I've got 3.5 minutes. I've got 4 ults up right about now. I mean,
Falco challenging Lunchbox DJ to a 1v1. I'm not really sure who's going to win this one. Retro Falco is getting healed. Courtesy of Nick.
Watch out for this grab pulse bomb combo that's probably coming in.
Retro Falco does win that 1v1.
Yeah, thanks in part to a big primal rage. He is now chasing out Cardis and Bad Swamp Daddy. But was chased out a little bit too far.
Personnel numbers here are still favoring Poultry Pastry.
Mm-hmm.
They have the much shorter walk. Spawn advantage being probably one of the more significant ones on this map, especially on this point.
So KK takes down Ejinx. We've got Grav and we've got Riptire and Pulse Bomb both ready. There's Grav. And a big nano boosted Reinhardt swinging some hammers in. And that looks like a team kill to me. Yeah, Ejinx is the only one left.
Here comes the tire from Beppy.
Counter tire. Uh-oh.
Ejinx is not
gonna
able
be?
to, like,
Oh, misses the Riptire and a counter tire from Lunchbox DJ. This could be big.
This
It
is
is
a tire,
big.
but he
It's
does
huge.
neutral boost at this point. Ex Machina not able to get the tick. And now they have it.
They got it.
And with that, this will guarantee that this map will not end in a tie.
Well, not necessarily.
A lot of damage coming out here from Ex Machina's.
Tuba Mike Bob being very careful not to wake up Metro Falco.
Poultry Pastry's is trickling in, trying to stall.
Yeah, with that spawn advantage, that trickle is not quite as bad as it could be, but it's not great either. Tuba Mike Bob just in there, swinging his hammer, just putting in loads of damage. Metro Falco trying to zone with his primal rage, bouncing people all around. Huge wall from May. Ejinx playing May. Got a huge wall off to block the charge from Tuba Mike Bob. Is really doing a good job stalling out. Oh, and there's a pulse bomb from Go KK. Riptire from Beppy. Only takes out Tuba Mike Bob, but that is still a pretty huge pick as they're down to just Zarya and a couple of squishies, and with some junk rat grenades raining in from above. That grab would have been huge, or is huge. It was a zoning grab.
That Ex Machina taking the second point with only 47 seconds left on the clock.
Great stuff.
Finally able to group up and execute together.
This is the one the big benefit of having 7 whole minutes, is you can really take your time, get your poke damage, get a couple of picks, be really choosy about your engagements, and try to get those clean team wipes. Get a team wipe, have 5 people on the points to cap as quickly as possible. You get those ults charged up, do huge, huge ultimate combinations like Grav, Pulse Bomb, followed up by an Earth Shatter. You know what I mean? Just that kind of crazy, nonsensical stuff that only happens when you have 8 minutes to plan an attack.
And also a great defensive effort from Poultry Pastry, who held out for 6 minutes and change.
I mean, they got absolutely steamrolled on the first point. There's no way around it. They got completely rolled on point A, and I thought this game was over. Like I saw them get rolled, and I'm like, oh, good, here we go. This is this map's done. And then for 7.5 minutes, they just fought off this onslaught, this absolute terrible onslaught from Ex Machina to force them to take it with only 47 seconds left.
Incredible effort from both teams here at the end. Metro Falco on his last ult was able to knock Cardis, the nano boosted Zarya, off the bridge down into the lower level where he wasn't able to shoot at anyone.
I just want to point out this this go KK position that he has up here. Crazy positioning.
I didn't even know you could go up there.
Yeah, he. I watched him use his grappling hook to get up on top of that thing. But
the team that goes the other way
and goes much faster off of that. What do you call it? Lucio. Speed.
Wow. Super Mike Bob goes down. The other Reinhardt.
Crazy Chocobo. Hammer swinging goodness. Peppy gets the pick on the other tank, and this is going to be a pretty tight fight. Proto Swaggins is down to Ejinx. Metro Falco takes down Go KK. Diva, great Widow counter. Lunchbox DJ, the only one left on the point. Sorry, there's Bad Swamp Daddy. I was incorrect. And both Lunchbox DJ and Bad Swamp Daddy go down. They only get to take down Migs in that last couple of seconds. And Shushifoof, Crazy Chocobo, and Beppy are all on the point. Shushifoof kind of blowing that coalescence. They're only leaving one on the point. This cap is going super slow. Don't know if I like how aggressive they were being there. They almost didn't cap point A before moving on, but here we are, 6 minutes and 40 seconds left
This
to go.
card is on point to defend. Ex Machina is trickling out. This might be the ballsiest play I've ever seen in this game.
Yeah, but it seems to be working for them. People Mike Bob is about to get his.
4v3 fight.
Yep. And tire from Lunchbox DJ gets taken down by Ejinx. No tire for you. Fat hammer down from Crazy Chocobo. Ends up getting a kill all by himself on Lunchbox DJ. And it's just Cardus on the point. And boy, they are looking like they're going to recapture this with 6 minutes left to go.
They were throwing every oh my
6 minutes and 13 seconds on the Poultry Pastry side. What a crazy attack.
The very risky, very bold, balls to the wall, super duper push there. They were able to keep Ex Machina staggered.
I gotta tell you, I
defensive
sincerely
hold.
hated that choice as it was happening. I'm like, what are these people doing? They're going in there like 4v6, 5v6. They don't even have their main shield tank with them. Just like, what? What are you doing? And then boom, game one. Crazy plays. Like just amazing plays out of Poultry Pastry, really showing their stuff.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before. At all. I've been playing this game mostly since it came out, and I've never seen anything like that. I've never seen anyone take the second point on an assault map with 6 minutes left.
And I would say they even made some mistakes, even accepting that that was the correct strategic move, you know, according to the results. You know, Shushifoof blew that coalescence while there was nobody around. If he would have just saved that for 5 seconds and gotten to point B with it, I mean, crazy. You know, like they could have gone by even faster, and yet they still, even with those small mistakes, just absolutely destroyed the defending Ex Machina. Crazy good plays. Now Ex Machina is coming in fast and hard. That's Daddy boosting through the point to Mike Bob, Cardus, and Lunchbox DJ all playing tanks, playing Trip Tank with Go KK and Bad Swamp Daddy. Looking for a big charge there out of Tuba Mike Bob, but he is isolated. Or sorry, Crazy Chocobo. He is isolated, but somehow doesn't end up going down, and Lunchbox DJ survives as well. Beppy takes down Tuba Mike Bob. Crazy Chocobo takes down Lunchbox DJ. Proto Spike is picked back to Tuba Mike Bob. Back up. But Ejinx, Crazy Chocobo, Metro Falco all getting big picks. Beppy getting a big pick, and it is 18 seconds left, and no Ex Machina players are anywhere near the point. That is a full of a hold as you can ask for here. 10 more seconds. They may be able to make it up just in time, but not with a giant Earth Shatter out of Crazy Chocobo. Yes, Crazy Chocobo. Huge hold off.
Wow.
They have 6 minutes and 13 seconds to get one tick on point B. I think they might make it, but I don't know. I don't know anymore. I don't know what Overwatch is anymore. I don't get it.
I've just been so
What is this
confused
video
by
game?
this whole game.
Crazy
real
plays.
If Poultry Pastry gets their gets to the 1/3 mark, they will win the map. They will win the map and also tonight's matchup.
If
not,
I'm
this will go to a tie, in which we would break out our rule books and try and remember what the tie-breaking procedure is. I have not actually had to be around for one of those. So, of course, very rare because maps like Hanamura have generally has its own tie-breaking procedures,
Attackers incoming.
but still
in 30
a
seconds.
small loophole in there. But with 6 minutes and 13 seconds on the clock, they'd be hard-pressed not to get 33% on here.
the attacking Poultry Pastry team opting to go with the quad tank setup, Reinhardt, Zarya, Diva, Roadhog. But it looks like, if I'm reading the signs correctly, the trip tank from the Ex Machina is definitely expecting it,
Attackers incoming.
as they have Go KK swapped from the Tracer onto the Reaper.
Poultry Pastry just kind of sitting here in the back.
Yep.
They will go to the right and go around, come out on the right side of the main choke. I think maybe they were expecting a sniper from Go KK. They will jump right on point.
There's Go KK just following in behind them, but I mean, the Poultry Pastries have no, they don't even care. They're like, yeah, sure, shoot us in the back. It's not a big deal. We're gonna live. And sure enough, already a hammer down out from Peppy, doing a great job. Shushibu is popping his coalescence here. But Go KK's got Death Blossom. Look to see him use it here. Boom, boom, boom. Taking out 3. Lunchbox, DJ, D-Max, E-Jinx. Go KK gets the triple on Baby Diva, Shushibu, and Migs. And that is going to stall out this push pretty bad. It's just Reaper and Crazy Chocobo here 1v1ing each other.
Now able to take out 2 of those tanks. That's Mom Daddy to get back on.
And that is a huge stagger from Crazy Chocobo. The quad tank is not nearly as good when there's only 5 people and one of the tanks is down.
I don't think I even noticed the quad tank from Poultry Pastry.
I said it at the beginning. You don't even listen to me.
It's a problem I have. I'm a musician. I can't hear things.
Go KK trying to get that ult charge up. Already back up to 70%. Shoot the mic out with a big Earth Shatter. Wouldn't be surprised to see him use it here. E-Jinx pops out with a Diva Bomb, takes down Cardus and Bad Swamp Daddy. Go KK with another Death Blossom. Doesn't get quite as much there, but Proto-Swaggins takes down Migs. Lunchbox, DJ, and Go KK take down 2 of the other tanks, and it's just Peppy and Baby Diva on the point. They both go down.
Impressive defense here from Ex Machina.
You know, 4 minutes left. There's
All seem lost. Go KK is there at the ready.
There is a Grav, an Earth Shatter, and a Coalescence all coming in from the Poultry Pastry team. I wouldn't be surprised to see them do a dry push here, force the ults out from the Ex Machinas, and then go in with their own Grav, Shatter, Diva Bomb, whatever combination that they choose.
Ooh, Go KK goes down. It's could be big. It's a grab.
Cardus. And
Oh, and the Shatter.
Tuba Mike Bob. Just gonna swing
We are
spams in there.
very
Lunchbox
much
DJ.
utilized.
Lunchbox DJ taking out Shushi Poop and Metro Migs? I forget who.
Metro Falco goes down.
That is another stalled push, but they have Grav Bomb combo here. Would not be surprised to see that Grav Diva Bomb right about now.
An excellent coordination of ults between Cardus and Tuba Mike Bob.
Yeah,
Tuba
for
Mike
sure.
Bob waited until the grab was wearing off to throw the hammer down. And they were paralyzed for another few seconds there, and they were just able to go in and clean up.
Normally, I don't like to play both ultimates in the same fight, but when you have a high stakes, you know, winner take all moment like this, it's certainly an exception to that kind of rule. You don't care as much about the ult economy as you do about just fragging out and holding it.
Grab Crazy Chocobo.
Go KK pops off the Death Blossom again, takes down E-Jinx before he can shoot that bomb. Oh, Lunchbox DJ taking out 2 more. Go KK, cleaning it all up. Lunchbox DJ and Go KK, the 2 shotgunners, are just absolutely tearing through this attacking Poultry Pastry team. And I gotta tell you, if I was on Poultry Pastry right now, I would be pretty tilted. But this is a great defense.
Just 2 minutes left here for Poultry Pastry. They started with 6 minutes and change, and now they're less than 2. They only have to get 33%, and they have not gotten that at all.
We just passed the 5.5 minute mark. They've been pushing for 5.5 minutes.
That's Swamp Daddy coming in from the sound barrier.
Oh, a very bad Diva Bomb. Must have just needed it to remech. Crazy Chocobo hitting the pin but missing the actual crush. And both support ults coming out from the Poultry Pastry team. They are... Oh, bad Swamp Daddy taking out Crazy Chocobo and Metro Falco with a boop. Ejank's taking down Cardis, which is always interesting to see a Diva fight a Zarya and win. Also takes down Lunchbox DJ, and oh my god, are they going to get this tick? Holy, they got it.
Holy
5 minutes
cow.
and 12 seconds, I want to say. 12 or 13 seconds. I missed the actual second mark at the end of it. Absolutely
In the wise
not.
words of Harry Carey, holy cow.
Holy cow!
I don't really have words to describe this last map here. Everything that was possible seemed to happen. I can't even speak. I'm speechless.
Go KK with 25 objective kills. That means he was standing on the point for 25 of his 42 eliminations. That is not common. Over half of his eliminations were on the point. Really high impact play from Go KK.
The only way to describe that would be absurd. But with that,
Absolutely correct.
Poultry Pastry will take their second map of the night, and the match overall, Poultry Pastry will move into sole possession of first place for the time being, as the team they were tied with has yet to play their 5th match. But in the meantime, Poultry Pastry will sit in first, and Ex Machina will lose their share of the 3rd place tie, dropping into 4th.
Hello.
Enough 3-2 on the season. And we are joined by our interviewees, and here we have Migs coming in from Poultry Pastry.
Hello, hello.
How's it going, buddy?
I'm alright. That was a really good game. I was just finishing saying that this is what it's like to have a top matchup. It was just constant stress and anxiety, and then we did it, and it was great.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about that last attack you guys had. 6 minutes 13 seconds left to capture 1 tick on point A on Hanamura, and it was taking some time.
Oh yeah,
How'd that go?
I mean, so the last time we had Hanamura, I believe it was against, was it OSS, something like that? And we really pulled this, pulled this one out of the hat. It was just like, why don't we do triple tank or quadruple tank and just like a Lucio Mora and just see what happens? And it worked really well. They weren't expecting it. They didn't have like a Reaper or nothing.
No, we certainly weren't. We are the quad tank team.
No, I know. Yeah, I know. So the Reaper was that Go KK guy was causing this problem. So real props to him.
Yeah, they definitely knew you guys were going to do that. I don't know if they were watching tape, but maybe Jackal can tell us a little bit more about how that choice came to be. How's it going, Jackal?
Doing pretty good. How are you guys doing?
Pretty good. So, how'd you guys know that you're gonna be seeing some tripper quad tank on that last defense there?
I mean, they had a feeling. I know they had talked a little bit about it before the match. I wasn't in there, so I didn't see that in that last match. I didn't see the.
Oh, that's right.
the
I'm sorry.
Stuff,
You got
but,
subbed out for Tuba Mike Pop.
Yeah, but I mean, they had mentioned that we would probably see it a little bit tonight. Lunchbox DJ likes to do his research. Him and Bad Swamp Daddy.
Yeah, Bad Swamp Daddy props. It's a great Lucio. High risk, high reward, man. I love it.
For sure. Spec, are you muted? I was gonna say, are
hang
you
on.
muted, buddy?
There we go. I was trying to formulate my question properly in a way that makes it look like I have some amount of intelligence.
You're doing
I
alright. dude.
wouldn't
See
worry
how
too
that
much
goes.
about that.
Yeah.
So Migs, on your first attack round on Hanamura, you guys had this very bold strategy where you left one guy at the point to cap, and everyone else just
Your shield
steamrolled in.
tank.
Yeah.
What can you tell about that kind of planning?
Um, I think it was just spur of the moment. So we knew we were gonna get the point, and then I think was it Crazy Chocobo, something like that, or maybe Metro Falco just said that like I'm gonna be moving up, so everybody just moved up, and then I next thing you know they were out killing and making calls, and I was just trying to catch up, and next thing you know we were all on point. It was just kind of how it did, and I guess they weren't really expecting that. Is my guess. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like not four people anyways, like charging forward. So yeah, like that was pretty much it. It was like a spur of the moment. Everyone was just like, yeah, rush forward. So and I'm just like, okay, I'll stay and cap the point here. And it worked. Spur of the
Castles
moment.
certainly weren't expecting it. The couple of people ran off, and I was like, "What are they doing?" I was like, "There's only one guy on the point. This cap's gonna take forever." What? And then frag. Oh, okay. Sure.
Yeah.
Watching it from the outside, there was definitely some key picks you guys made moving towards that second point. Some out of placement for some of our players, and gave you guys all the opportunity you needed. It's pretty crazy.
I know. I don't know. It was a good combination of like just timing it right and just like guessing it correctly that they weren't going to expect it. So and yeah.
Well, you know
Jackal,
what they
tell me-
say: if it's stupid and it works, it's not stupid.
There you go. Jackal, tell me a little bit about that Elios game. That's the map that you took in this one too. Talk to me a little bit about that setup and execution process, because you guys came in fast and hard and did not let go.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely was just a lot of captains were like, I just want to throw people in the well, and which seems to be the strategy every time we end up on well Elios.
Yep.
And they were just like, try to pin him, get him near the well so we can toss him in it, and that was kind of all we were just trying to do was guide everybody towards the well so that we could get them gripped in and thrown in.
Yeah, you definitely were really successful. So props. I died at least like 4 times being shoved that freaking hole.
Yeah, I mean it was a good plan. We held it well. We were communicating very well during those 2 points.
Yeah.
Well, if you in the Twitch chat would have a question you would like to ask either of our interviewees, we have one from each team here. Please write it down and send it in. We'd love to hear from you guys.
How's it feel being on a team and never being in the spotlight because you have to share it with Shushi Foof?
Is that for me? I mean, I am very much used to not just like not being on camera. I'm all right, dude. Like, I'm a Luciano Nana player. I'm very well aware that I'm just gonna be like back there, like jumping around or just like shooting darts while everyone's like praising Shushi, like long live Shushi Foof or whatever.
I have to bring something back to the team. Do you know Shushi Foof's favorite food? Anything?
I don't know.
Anything you can give me? Nothing. Oh, they're gonna be disappointed in me.
People,
I could like message Hunter. I have no idea, dude. Sushi food.
EJ says, "Why is Lucio so hard to hit?"
Yeah,
Dude,
baby.
I know.
Yeah, bad swamp daddy.
Slippery little bugger.
Yeah, major props.
God, yeah, stop it.
I heard there was some pro that I was listening to, and he was basically like, I may be one of the best aimers in the game, but when I see a Lucio, I just ignore him because I know I'm not going to be able to hit him, which is nuts to me.
Yeah, it's just great. I just love his play style. It was just something like so artful, and like everybody at the end of the first Hollywood rounds, just like, how do we hit that freaking Lucio? And
Yeah.
it was just it just made me smile. I don't know, just put a smile across my face because I'm a Lucio main, and I'm just like, yeah, Lucio's.
For those curious, I just remembered it was Duffran. Duffran was like, yeah, I don't even bother trying to shoot Lucio's.
Not gonna lie, the more I play in competitive, the same I feel for that.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, why?
I think the trick is here not to play competitive unless you want to get very angry at a lot of people you've never met before.
Hey, now listen, I had a
This is
good
true.
streak today. Don't be jinxing my juju, man.
Like, okay, I'm gonna be honest, I did too, but
All right. With only some memes coming in from the chat, and I'm out of questions. What about you, Steck?
I am out of questions.
Good Overwatch tonight, boys.
Thank you.
Keep it up, and certainly doing a great job entertaining the viewership with good Overwatch games. Absolutely fun to watch and call. And thanks to the Twitch viewing audience for joining us for this, for however many games you decided to stick around tonight.
We will be back again tomorrow night at the same time, same place, 11 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Central, for Ocean's 11 versus Weeb Nonsense.
4 a.m. London.
I'm not sure on the math of that, but
Yeah, it's +5.
sounds approximately correct.
Right in time for tea.
That's
Ew.
right. Poultry Pastry will play again on Tuesday, May 1st against Weeb Nonsense. And Ex Machina will play on Monday, April 30th versus Ocean's 11. You can watch all of these here on our Twitch channel, or if you miss it for some reason, they will be on our YouTube channel at some point.
Don't forget to follow, subscribe, all that to both social medias. And the Family Alpha Overwatch League is on Twitter at PMAOWL. Actually, there might be a space in there. I forget. I'll look at it.
We'll get that. I actually did not know we had a Twitter.
I literally just set it up because I was doing YouTube stuff, and it was like, "Hey, you want to post this to Twitter?" And I was like, "I mean, I guess." Yeah, the username is at PMAOWL. So you can check that out whenever you like.
Be sure to
Basically,
follow us. So
anytime that we will post, anytime that a YouTube video posts, it'll go up on there too. Maybe we'll get a Twitch thing put in as well.
So this will about wrap up our show for tonight. Thank you, all you tuning in. Thanks for Miggs and Jackal for coming in for interviews.
Always a
great to
pleasure.
have you guys in.
Yes. Thanks so much.
And
Thanks very much.
the end of tonight, Poultry Pastry taking the night over Ex Machina 2-1 in a very hotly contested battle between both teams. Great games by all, and we shall see you tomorrow night for our next matchup, Ocean's 11 and Weeb Nonsense. I'm Steck Monster.
I'm the real JLP.
Yakety Tack has been running our cams tonight. Shout out to him, and we want to wish you all a good night.